Welcome to Boxing on the Record with Randy. First of all, hit the like button, subscribe, share. It's free. Plus, it helps the channel. Make sure you leave a comment or two because I like interacting in the comment section. Find some interesting stuff in there. Uh, I guess today I want to talk about Keith Thurman fighting Tim Tszyu. Everybody's saying that's a good fight because Tim is a good opponent. Um, Keith Thurman is a good name. So I just want to tell you how I feel about it. Everybody had their own opinion. That's why I just try to make this a conversation. Don't try to make it no boxing news. Don't try to make it no high tech information because you look all over the internet, everybody's is reporting on the same thing. Everybody's talking about the same thing. So I kind of just like to tell y'all how I feel about it, and like to hear how y'all feel about it. I guess I should say there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer, just all about how you feel about it. Um, we're talking about Keith one time Thurman. Unfortunately, he hasn't been one time in a long time. I think sometimes we forget, we don't forget where a fighter is, but he's no longer there when we go back to check for him. I hear some people saying we should be glad Keith is getting the opportunity to fight a good opponent. Not only that, he's getting a bag. It's funny to me when you talk about getting a bag. It's like we have our picks and chooses. Um, I like to be fair across the board. What I consider fair. I like to make sure I call it the same all across the board. If it was anybody else, we wouldn't be talking about just getting a bag. We just want to watch Charlo fight Canelo. Everybody say he stunk up the joint. Everybody say he just showed up for a paycheck. Why are you getting on Charlo for showing up for a paycheck, but you're not mad at Keith Thurman for showing up for a paycheck? We all know uh, this not the same Keith Thurman we know when he was a champion back before he fought Manny Pacquiao, back when Errol Spence was chasing. We all know this not the same Keith Thurman, but we tend to act like it because in our mind he's still one time. Uh, could it be that uh, this is food for Tim Tszyu? Could it be that it's just a good name on his resume? Could it be that Tim Tszyu or could it be that Thurman is selling his name? Because we know, and we all know the ones that follow boxing that Keith Thurman is not ready for a fight of this magnitude. He's been inactive, so we already know he's not going to be up to par. We know he struggled with Mario Barrio, which Mario would have never been in the ring with one time if he was still one time. See, we kind of forget that we see a fighter and forget what state he's in at the time he's in that state. That's almost like Floyd Mayweather coming back. A lot of people would be like, that's Floyd Mayweather. He still got it. And no, he don't. He had it. It's gone. His time gone. Keith Thurman time has passed him. Unfortunately, inactivity has caused a lot of that to pass him. Um, I think sometimes we find ourselves um, living in the past along with the fighters. A lot of times fighters live in the past and think about who they used to be. Then that they're no longer that person. They still have to talk. Their mindset is still there, but their body just won't physically let them because just about every sport we watch is a young man's sport. And when you get old, it's time for you to move on and let another young man get in. Inactivity causes you not to be able to perform on the level that you was performing on. Added to old age, well, aging, it also uh, cause you not to perform on the level that you used to perform on. So I think once you've gotten to a certain age, or once you been inactive long for so long. You need to just get out the way and just give it up, because mentally you're there, but physically you just can't do it. You're just a little bit slower than you used to be. You're not as strong as you used to be. I know a lot of people say, the last thing go with the power, but you might still have power, but you don't have the same knockout power that you had when you were younger. You still can't knock out those guys that are strong, that were just as strong as you were when you were younger. So I think it'd be time to move on. But as I said, I think Keith Thurman is selling his name. I just think he's selling his name. And a lot of fighters do sell their name. A lot of fighters find themselves having a great career, and then toward the end, they messed up their money or did whatever it is they've done. Some of them just can't let go, and they continue to fight even after they're incapable of it physically. And so they living off a name. They know their name will draw um, fans, so they sell their name for the money. Um, I just think Keith is a little too soft to the body for Tim Tszyu. I think his inactivity is way gone for Tim Tszyu. Um, we think we're looking at one time, but the promoters and the trainers are looking at where he's at now, and they know this is a easy fight for Tim Tszyu. And when Tim Tszyu is talked about in the future, they will be saying, well, he beat Keith one time, Thurman, but they won't be talking about one time had been gone a long time. Tell me what y'all think about it. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, share. With that, we're out of here like last year.